Hello everyone, this is Vickie. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly tarot scopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Leo. Hi Leo. Welcome to your September of 2015 tarot scope and animal totem. So let's get right into the cards for Leo, September 2015. Well, it seems a lot about relationships for you guys. These first cards up here, we've got Three of Swords in reverse. So this is usually some kind of an old wound that keeps coming up again. And then you've got the Five of Cups, how you're looking back in regret. And I always look at, well, what is he looking about? So this is Three of Swords. It's some heartbreak thing or some emotional thing. The message of the Five of Cups, though, is, even though the cups are spilled, they're still full cups. So it's always like, there's still hope if you choose to see it. It's almost like the glass half empty, the glass half full kind of a thing. So, he looks at regret. He turns his back on what could be good. But he's also turning his back on the Queen of Cups. So this is somebody. This is a person. You know what's interesting is how the Queen of Cups is in reverse here. And yet we have the King of Cups upright here. Sometimes this is the same person. Well, usually I'll say that with knights and kings, but maybe it could be in this case too, because since we're not, there's no gender in these general readings. But for the moment, the Queen of Cups is in reverse too, and she's also turned away from this too. So I think that there is some emotional stuff that we're not dealing with, okay? The other person involved is not dealing with it, and you don't want to deal with it either. So it's time to deal with it. It's time to maybe take a look at it. That's the reason I was saying that maybe this is this, because it almost feels like maybe something can be salvaged out of this. Because there's still full cups here, number one. Number two, over here we have like maybe a compromise could be made. Maybe there's another way of looking at things that we haven't looked at things before. Okay. These pine trees are really standing out to me too. So for some of you, maybe that's a message. Maybe you got to go away to the woods together and figure things out. Or by yourself and figure things out. Another thing about the cups, besides them representing water sign people, excuse me, I need a drink of water. Is the cup people are emotional. It ties to the emotions. It talks about emotions. So this is emotional stuff. They may or may not be water signs. That's whatever. That doesn't hold 100% true. But what does usually hold 100% true is that it is about emotional things. It's about emotional issues. So that's what's going on here. The other thing that makes me think that maybe there's a chance for something to be worked out or something. The Fool is here. And the Fool's a really good card. The Fool is like, be open. Take a chance. Give it a shot. And what's the Fool? I was like, what is the Fool looking at? He's looking over here again at this fold cups. I think no matter what, some kind of opportunity that went bad is going to recycle itself around here. Maybe it's just love in general. You know, because honestly, this seems like maybe this isn't going to work now that I didn't really look down here that closely. But there does seem to be endings of some relationships. It could be friendships too. It doesn't have to be your lover, you know. But Two of Cups is in reverse. That's usually a breakup or a falling out. And then right next to it is the Five of Swords. This is a situation that, a stalemate. You know, both parties have planted no, and I say this, and I say that. Crash. You know, clash. So this is down here. So I do feel like some relationships are going to be ending, or at least one. But maybe it's just saying don't lose, you know, the love. Don't lose that thing in your heart of love. Don't shut yourself down. Because this is about kind of being shut down. This is, the Fool's wide open. His heart's wide open. And you feel like you've lost out, you know. But that's what happens when you put your heart out there, you know. You can lose out. It's a, you know, it's risky. There's a risk involved, you know. But Leos, you guys are so, you know, heart open usually, so that's there. I've got Hierophant here. So this is like this large group or organization. I mean, some of you, this might be like if you're breaking up a relationship, join a dating site or something, or some kind of singles group. But really, probably in a broader sense, it's not really all about that. The Hierophant is a large group or organization. I think for some of you, this could be going and getting involved in something that, Rocco, come here, that you always wanted to get involved with. And maybe this person always was a naysayer, saying no, 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 no. Or some big dream that you always had. And, you know, this person kind of held you back or something. Or, you know, maybe it wasn't even intentionally held you back, but just did, you know. Maybe some of you might have to travel or go somewhere else. And maybe this person was like, no, I can't leave, I have to stay here. Whatever it is, that's a nutshell. That's it in a nutshell. This person wants to stay where they're at. They don't want to change. They don't want to move in the same direction that you do. And it seems like you're just on the springboard, about ready to just take flight, ready to just go for it. And this is a lot of stuff that's in the way. That's where this could come in too. You know, this could have been something that you wanted to try, but maybe you gave up. Maybe it was a sacrifice for love. You sacrificed for love and said, no, okay, I'll sacrifice this and I'll go with you instead. And now you're looking back like, oh, and I sacrificed all this stuff. Well, in that case, it could be, well, maybe it's not too late to go back and pick that up. I would say it's never too late. That's what I just heard. It's never too late. So it's never too late to go back and pick up something that you've let go of. It's matter of fact, it's prime time according to this spread. It's like this is the time to do it. It could also be for some of us. It could have been children. You know, maybe we wanted to do something, but we had to raise our kids, and we didn't get, so we couldn't do it. But now you can do it. You know, maybe now your kids are grown. Now you can do it. It feels like there was a sacrifice for love. Okay, that's what I want to say. You sacrificed for love, and now you're thinking, well, was it really worth it? I sacrificed this, and now, where did it get me? Well, you can't, I mean, that's maybe not the right way to look at it, or the best way, or the most helpful way to look at it. The most helpful way is, I'm still breathing, you know, I'm still here, there's nothing stopping me. I mean, Grandma Moses didn't paint her first painting until she was in her 80s, so it's never too late to start. It's always the eternal now. And this is a huge waste of energy looking back at this old stuff here. This King of Cups, whoever this might be, is a very positive influence on you and a very positive person. They may be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. You may have an emotional involvement with them, though, because it is the cup cards. And that is the heart and emotions and the love, the loving cups, right? What was I going to say? Oh, the cups, too, are also creativity. Totally, you know. So maybe this is a creative collaborator, or somebody who's going to come in and like reinvigorate this dream of yours, this thing that you feel has passed you by or you missed out on. this person could come in. It also could be maybe this was your old creative collaborator and they didn't like your ideas and they poo-pooed your ideas or whatever. And now this person, you guys are on this, either way, you're on the same page with this person, even though it's showing as water and you're fire. And I'm honest, you know, sometimes that's not the obvious, it's fire and water, it wouldn't mix, but forget about the astrology for a minute and let's just focus on the King of Cups. He's creative, he's emotional, he's spiritual. You know, he could be mystical. So they just said he's delightful. Okay, he's delightful. So he or she is delightful. There's a word. Okay. So they're delightful. That's a nice word. I don't know why that's just something that I would not say normally. So you know it's something from spirit. Okay, so Hermit's also here in reverse too. Kind of similar to this. You know, Hermit's a good card, and sometimes we need to retreat. We need to get out of everything because and get some enlightenment. There's a Merkaba in here. You know, he's getting enlightenment. It's not just about hiding away. It's about meditation, seeking higher knowledge, things like that. In reverse, though, sometimes it says maybe it's time we've done that. Now it's time to get back into action. Don't spend too much time being in the hermit energy. You know, it's time to get back in. Fool is here. Fool is a great card. You know, it has negative connotations in our modern day, but it is not a bad card whatsoever. It's about taking a risk, taking a chance, having a bright and sunny outlook, believing that miracles can happen, you know. And he's looking right up at this thing of what you left behind, and he's walking toward the Hierophant. Another thing is the Hierophant is a big group organization, as I said, so it's not like you can, it's not going to be something you're going to do alone. You're going to work within this big group. Sometimes this big group is the government or the medical profession or, you know, maybe the internet, you know. But it seems like it's definitely not going to be alone, not the hermit. The hermit's alone, but it's not alone. It's like go out there and go for your dreams, no matter. I heard this for again for a few months ago for somebody, but it's that Disney song. No matter how your heart is something, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. So that's that. I'll leave it at that. That's a great place to leave it. Okay, stay tuned. I'm going to do your animal totem. It's going to come up, and I want to tell you guys about a few things before we do the. We'll be right back with the animal totem. Yeah, I want to take a second just to tell you about some new things I've got coming up. I've got this new reading that I do, the Soul's Journey reading, and it's not a predictive astrology chart, but it is a really cool reading. I don't think anybody's doing anything quite like it. You do your chart, and I look at a lot of your karmic astrology and past lives and what you're doing now. And also I've launched a new shop on Redbubble, which is primarily a t-shirt shop, but I'm going to get into doing some prints and everything. But the Tapestry of Life mandala that are available, the astrology mandalas in t-shirts or mugs or whatever. And I'm also putting up there all my stuff that I did years ago for etching on jewelry, these designs. It's called The Words and Music, V-Note Creations. And it's how that music notes are assigned to letters of the alphabet. And beyond A through G, there's a way to do it beyond that. It was developed by, I believe, Bach. So I've done all these designs, and they're really cool, and they could be a cool t-shirt, or it's a great conversation starter, because people say, what's that? And you can explain how it's the words and music. The bags, I think, are great for kids, for their orchestra stuff, you know, and or the journals would be great for a lyricist or a songwriter. The t-shirts are really cool. And as I said, it's a great conversation starter. And as always, you can pick up my book, Tarot in the Modern World, if you're learning to read tarot. It's an easy to understand book that I wrote, and it's a great resource to have. Okay, now back to your animal totem. Okay, Leo, here is your animal totem card for the month of September 2015. Skunk. Okay, I've been seeing skunks everywhere, even in broad daylight. So they're really around. At this time of year, they seem to be around a lot. Skunk. I'm going to read what I wrote first. Asserting yourself, commanding respect, enhanced perception, clairescence, aromatherapy, Kundalini rising, attracting a lover. Walking your path devoid of obtrusions. So that's kind of like the Fool. You know, the Fool's not, you know, there's all this crap going around. He doesn't care. He's just la-di-da on his path. And that's totally how the skunk is. You know, everybody gets out of the way of the skunk. And everybody respects the skunk. You know, the skunk doesn't cower away from anything, pretty much. You know, they just walk right down the middle of the street. It's like, I have a right to be here. I have a right to do what I'm going to do. And, you know, forget about, I'm not concerned with any of this stuff. You know, I'm walking down my path. But it's key, too, because I think for some of you, their relationships could be ending and new love coming in. And that's, you know, the skunk is that pheromones, you know, like that. You put out that vibe, or you put out that scent, you know, of attracting. Well, I mean, I guess that could go with anything. You know, you put out that vibe to attract, you know, what you want in life. But skunk is a really good card about just, you know, going after what you want to do, and being true to yourself. And so what if I'm 20 years older now? I think this is a lot of this is for a lot of you. It's like, oh, I missed my chance. You know, I could have done it when I was 20 years ago, but now I'm this, I'm this. You're whatever you want to be. And other people, you're harder on yourself than anybody. The other people don't see you that way. Sometimes when we get out of a relationship, we are real hard on ourselves because we've been fighting. You know, we've been in this mode of fighting and stuff. So it's about time about taking your power, going for what you really want to do. Don't look at past failures. It all, you know, it's all leading up to this moment. You know, it's always in this moment. Being in this moment, being right in this moment is a big thing in this chart too. Okay, Leo, I want to thank you all for donating, liking, sharing. I've been getting some good donations, and I really do appreciate it. And Google Plusing and purchasing all my stuff, my book, Tarot in the Modern World, which is sitting right here if you guys are wanting to learn to read tarot. And everything else that you do to support the free videos that I put out, I really appreciate it. Remember, you're love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you next month.